Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a very important topic and something that I think stops a lot of people from just showing up in life, which is stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to become this perfect version of yourself because it doesn't exist, right? I was stuck in this toxic loop and cycle for years thinking that I had to be the perfect person, friend, partner. I had to have the perfect habits. I couldn't never make mistakes. Like, I was stuck in this toxic cycle of thinking that I always had to be perfect. And what ended up happening was I would kind of use it against myself. I would make a mistake and be like, well, you know, I'm not perfect. Like, what? I don't know why this idea of being perfect is so glamorized, and it's a goal for people to be perfect, because perfect doesn't exist. You can never be perfect. We are human. We make mistakes. We make wrong choices. We act impulsively. Like, we will never ever be perfect. So why are we striving to be perfect? Why are we trying to achieve this unrealistic goal? And it's almost a self-sabotaging behavior, to be honest. As soon as you don't show up for yourself, as soon as you make a mistake, as soon as you make the wrong decision, as soon as you make an impulsive decision, you just go and blame it on the fact that you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Sorry, I'm not the perfect friend. Sorry that I made a mistake. I'm not perfect. You know? That's self-sabotaging. You're not supposed to be perfect. You're supposed to be accountable. And I think that's what the difference is, right? People are trying to be perfect when they actually should just be accountable. You made a mistake and you fucked up, just own it. Just say, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I won't do that again. Just own your shit. No one can take anything away from you if you own what you do. And it's a very, very hard pill to swallow, because it's uncomfortable owning that you've done something wrong. It's uncomfortable knowing that you've made a mistake. It's uncomfortable knowing that you've not shown up for yourself. That is so uncomfortable to sit there and be like, yeah, like, I fucked up. Let's talk about how you can actually get out of that toxic cycle. And the example I'm going to use today is with routine. I've been having a lot of conversations this past week with people talking about routine and how they're struggling with their routine. They can plan their routine, but they can't execute it, can't stay consistent, they can't build that discipline. So let's talk about trying to be perfect with routine. Every single day, you have a chance to be the best version of yourself. But not every day do you wake up with 100% energy. Some days you might wake up with 100%. Some days you might wake up with 80%, 60%, 75%, 5%, whatever it might be. You need to be able to adjust to whatever energy level that you're at. If I'm feeling 100%, I can wake up and be 100% that day. If I'm feeling 60%, I can only give you 60%. So in terms of habits and creating a routine that works for you, stop trying to have this perfect dream routine and think that you're going to be 100% every day. And this is where discipline comes in, right? Discipline is what's going to get you over the line. Discipline is what's going to make you not be perfect, but be accountable for your actions. If you have daily non-negotiables, they are your non-negotiables. It literally says it in the name. Non-negotiable. You cannot negotiate with yourself or your mind. So don't. Make it so embedded in your brain, make it so programmed in your brain that you will not negotiate these things. You have to do them. You have to wake up in the morning and do your routine. You have to wake up in the morning when your alarm goes off, not snooze. You have to get up as soon as your alarm goes off. When you start thinking like that, when you start programming your mind to think that you have to do something, it takes away this level of perfectionism. Not every day you're going to wake up with energy. Not every day you're going to be fucking jumping out of bed. There are days where you're not going to want to get up. You're going to wake up and you're going to be like, the last thing I want to do right now is get up. You're going to wake up and think, I literally cannot be fucked to get up right now. And the only difference is that you're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to be accountable. And I guess a lot of it comes down to as well what you think you deserve in life. You deserve to wake up in the morning. You deserve to look after your mind and body. You deserve to have a quiet, slow morning. You deserve to look after yourself. This is literally it. This is what has changed the game with my discipline. I deserve to look after myself. I deserve to stick to my routine. I deserve to show up as my highest self, as the best version of myself. So when I wake up in the morning, something I cannot negotiate with, because I deserve to. I deserve to act this way. I deserve to have these habits and feel this way and have this life. I deserve this. So, you know, if I wake up every morning and listened to that voice in my head, I would get fucking nowhere. Because all that voice in your head does is try to keep you safe. You want to show up on social media, you want to start a business, you want to make a new friend, whatever it might be, whatever it is that stops you from showing up, that is just that little voice going, nah, that's not safe. You might die if you do that. And that's what's going to stop you. That's where your dreams are going to die. With that little voice in your head. It's trying to keep you safe, and it's using the excuse of being perfect. Oh, you miss your alarm in the morning, or you're not perfect, so I might as well just not get up then. And we look at other people, we look at influencers and people online, and we think, oh my god, like they're so perfect. They're so perfect. They live a perfect life, perfect boyfriend, perfect house, like. But the truth is, no one's perfect. Why are you trying to chase something that doesn't even exist? It doesn't exist. Being perfect does not exist. Showing up for yourself exists. Doing as much as you can exists. Putting in as much effort as you can exists, but being perfect doesn't exist. And all it's going to do is put you into this guilty loop and toxic cycle and mindset, because you're going to feel guilty that you missed your alarm and that you slept in this morning and you ate one unhealthy meal, so that means you should eat unhealthy for the rest of the day. It's going to keep you feeling guilty, and all it's doing is putting you in a victim mindset. That's literally what it is. It's putting you in a victim mindset because you're not taking accountability. Because, oh, poor me, because I'm not perfect like everyone else. Like, that's victim mentality 101. Be accountable for your actions. Own your shit. If you fuck up, own your shit. No one, I'm telling you, it is literally a fucking superpower. When you can understand that you've done something wrong or you've fucked up, and you are the first person to say, I'm so sorry, I fucked up, no one can take that away from you. That is so powerful, because no one can use that against you. Stop trying to chase something that's not real. Stop trying to chase something that doesn't exist, because you're only gonna left feeling disappointed, unfulfilled, and just like shit. If you need help, if you're watching this video and you're like, Melise, I don't know how to be accountable, let's go through it right now. You're gonna grab a notebook and you're gonna grab a pen and you're gonna write down everything that you are not taking accountability for. Whether this is your habits, your friendships, your relationships, what you tolerate, mistakes you've made in the past, anything. You already know what you're not owning up. You already know what you're not taking accountability for. I don't need to tell you. No one needs to tell you what you're not taking accountability for. You know, because it's a deep guilt that you feel. It's a deep guilty feeling that you know that there are things that you could be doing. You know you could be doing more, but you don't. You know that you can make a change, but you don't. That feeling inside of you when you know, or you see something, or you see someone, that guilty feeling of not taking accountability is exactly what I'm talking about. So write it down. Write down everything that you're not taking accountability for. Are you not showing up in your friendships? Are you not showing up in your relationships? Are you not showing up for yourself? Are you not eating healthy meals? Are you not exercising? Do you have unhealthy habits? Do you smoke? Do you vape? Do you drink? Do you do drugs? What is it that you're doing? What is it that you are not taking accountability for? Now, this video is only for people who actually want to change, who actually want to level up. If you're watching this video and you already know that you don't want to change those parts of yourself, this video is not for you. This video is not for you. This video is for people who genuinely want to change and take accountability for their life. You need to be so honest, raw, and real with yourself to the point where it makes you feel so uncomfortable. It might even bring you to tears. It might make you angry. Like, whatever emotion you're feeling, I need you to feel that. That is the uncomfortable feeling of not changing, of not taking accountability. I want you to be so fucking fed up with yourself. I want you to be so annoyed at the fact that you are not listening. You are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. That you're not listening to yourself. That you're not honoring yourself. I want you to be so annoyed. So annoyed, because this is what fuels you. I say this because the deep desire of change needs to come from within. You cannot do this for external reasons. You cannot do it for someone else's opinion, for someone else's judgment. It has to be for your own self-validation and concept. You need to change for yourself. You will not change for anyone. You will not change for anyone. That's a fact. People do not change for other people. People change for themselves. If you're fucking serious about this, let's get real. Let's get raw. Let's be so fucking honest with ourselves. The more honest you can be with yourself, the better results that you'll get. If you can clearly sit and write out everything that you are not taking accountability for, every single thing that you've listed is something that you can change. Now, don't dwell on this fact that you haven't changed. Don't dwell on the fact that you feel like shit because you haven't taken accountability and no. Don't fall into that trap. Don't fall there and don't stay there. It's not going to get you anywhere. We need to pull you out of this. Sit with it, feel it, cry, scream, kick, whatever you need to do. I need you to feel this, right? Because then we're going to let it go. We're going to let it go because everything you don't like, you can change. And I think people don't really understand that concept. Everything you don't like that you do, you can change. So let's change it. So let's think about how you can start taking accountability for these things. And again, you will already know these answers. If you look at what you're writing down, you will already know how to take accountability. You will already know what steps you need to take. Like, let's be honest with ourselves now. Let's not put this in the hands of someone else. Let's not hire a coach for the coach to tell you what you already know, you know. It's fine if you need a little bit of extra guidance and support, but don't put this into the hands of someone else. Don't put this into the control of someone else, okay? This is your life. You need to be in control. So let's do it. Start with one thing that you can be accountable for. Start with one thing. Whether this is friendships, whether this is relationships, habits, whatever it is in your life, I want you to pick one thing that you can start doing today that you're going to be accountable for. Whether that's waking up at the same time every day, whatever it is, I need you to keep this promise to yourself. I need you to not, under any circumstance, under any fucking circumstance, whatever you said you were going to do, you need to do that. I don't care what it is. You need to do it. If you said you were going to wake up every single morning at a certain time, I need you to wake up every single morning at a certain time, and you are not going to go back to bed. You're not going to go back to bed because you promised yourself that you wouldn't. And this is how you build confidence. Let's reframe this, shall we? Because I think this is going to really help people understand. You had a friend who said they were going to come to the gym with you every single day. First few days they show up, great. One day they don't show up. The next day they show up, then they don't show up. Then they show up, then they don't show up. You're going to start to question whether they're going to show up the next day or not. And then eventually they just stop showing up. But then they come back and say, oh hey, I'm coming back to the gym. Are you going to trust them? Are you going to go to the gym knowing that they're already not going to come? It's the same thing with yourself. If you said you were going to wake up tomorrow morning and you don't, well then there's no self-trust there. How could you ever possibly follow through with anything if you already know that you can't keep promises to yourself? So let's start to get into a routine. Let's start to be consistent. And the thing is, let's use the example of waking up every single morning at the same time. You're going to wake up every single morning at the same time because you made a promise to yourself. And if you miss one day, you are not going to sit there and feel guilty. You are not going to sit in that guilty feeling of, oh my God, I didn't do it today, so fuck it, I'm not doing anything today. You are not going to do that. That is not how discipline works. That is not how consistency works. If your goal was to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning and you woke up at 6:50, you're getting up. It doesn't matter that you made one mistake. It doesn't matter that you missed a day. It matters if you still show up, if you still get up. If you wake up an hour later than you were supposed to, but you still get up, you're still somewhat keeping that promise to yourself. You're still showing yourself that you can show up for yourself. So do it. And again, under no circumstances are you to go against this. I need you to write it down. I need you to say it to yourself in the mirror. I need you to go and tell people that you're waking up at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Changing your life genuinely comes from taking accountability. There is no growth. Nothing will happen. Nothing will change in your life if you do not take accountability. If you are stuck at the same job that you hate and you expect something better or better results, that's literally delusion. That is delusion. Doing the same thing and expecting different results is literal delusion. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Like, I need you to get that through your head. Nothing changes if nothing changes. I need you to remind yourself that. The thing about accountability, the thing about change is that you are going to evolve into a different version of yourself. And we are always constantly evolving. We are always constantly changing and jumping into different versions of ourselves. I am not the same version of me I was at the start of this month. A month. It's taken me a month to completely rewire my mindset, develop these habits, develop a routine, and develop discipline and consistency within a month. A month. I would have never ever dreamt. I was someone who was so undisciplined. I could not be consistent. It was 5 a.m. wake ups or it was nothing. There was no in between. And I was stuck in this toxic cycle for years and years and years. And the only way I got out of it was accepting that I'm not perfect. That I'm not perfect. And every day is not going to be the same. And I need to take things as they are. And I need to take things as they come. That when you seriously let go of the fact that you are not perfect, your life becomes so much more easier. Like, you don't need to sit there and stress that you're not perfect and you didn't have this perfect morning routine and you're not the perfect friend or partner. Like, your life comes so much easier. Even like speaking within business as well. Like, I'm not perfect. I think about making videos. I'm making this video right now. Is this the perfect video? No. Is this video going to be perfect? Is this going to be up to my unrealistic expectations? No, of course not. But I can't expect to grow. I can't expect to see results if I strive to be perfect. I think this is something that kills so many dreams and desires, is this feeling of perfect. I've started so many businesses. I've written so many business plans of business ideas that I've had, but I never followed through because they weren't perfect. They weren't perfect. The idea, the vision I had wasn't perfect. I'm not saying that you can't strive for the best. I'm just saying there's a difference between putting in the best effort, your best effort, and being perfect. There is a massive difference. So stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to please everyone. I think that's a whole nother thing in itself, pleasing people and being perfect in that way. I think I have to do a whole other video on that, on people pleasing, because it is seriously such a fucking big topic. But that's the same sort of vibe, right? Like, you're trying to be perfect and you're trying to please everyone and make everyone happy, and what for? What for? You know that you can't do that. Everyone knows that you cannot make everyone happy. Even if you're a people pleaser, you know that you can't make everyone happy. So why are you trying? Why are you trying? Why are you trying to control? Let go of the control. Let go of the fact, let go of this idea of perfect. Because you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. You're not supposed to be perfect. Honestly, I feel like everything I've shared in this video has genuinely changed my life. And when I tell you that when I dropped this idea of being perfect, do you know how fucking stress-free and easy and fun my life became? Stop trying to be perfect. It doesn't exist. Stop trying to chase something that doesn't exist. Stop trying to chase unrealistic standards and expectations. It's okay to not be perfect. It is okay. You need to accept yourself exactly as you are. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. There is no such thing as perfect. I think I'm going to leave the video at that. I hope I have shared some insights with you today. I really do share this so passionately because I know exactly what it's like. I know exactly what it's like to be there. I know exactly what it's like to be in that mindset. And all it takes is you genuinely snapping out of it. If you can just fucking snap out of that mindset, you're good. You're literally good. Changing your mindset is all about changing your perspective, so I hope that you've picked up some new perspectives in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys want me to talk about anything in particular, please comment, like, share and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!